we need something to actually work. We need something to actually be fulfilled. We need some of these promises to actually come true. And like I said, I'm betting on the fact that based on the climate, what we see with the port and the government fighting, maybe this is port stepping up. Competition is good. A little bit of duress and threat is good, and hopefully that will bear fruit for Grand Bahamians. I don't want to be I don't want to be Debbie Downer. I don't want to be the person in the room that's saying this isn't going to happen because we want it to happen. It would be a wonderful thing if it does happen. We pray that it does happen. It is, like I said, it's looking forward into the skills that our persons will need going into the going into the future. We don't need all the doctors and lawyers anymore like before. We don't need a lot of these disciplines. This is exactly what we need. If again, I don't know if it's going to cost anything to the individuals. If it's free, that's great because no one has no money to pay for it. But if you can train, and also if you can also if you can also provide jobs at the end of this for persons, because that will be disappointing as well if they get trained up and no place to go to. Right, you have these new skills you want to test out, but segueing into the next thing, I think Bahamians, particularly Grand Bahamians, we also have to always think of the world now as this big global village and be prepared to migrate for the jobs. We have the skills and the skills needed over here. Sometimes we have to be prepared to leave home. Sometimes I know the idea is to make work to actually stay home, but if you're trained in a particular skill set that's needed elsewhere and there's not enough jobs for you at home, in Grand Bahama, you have to be prepared to move, to migrate, to take advantage, come back when things pick up or to make things happen.
You finish? I just want to let you finish. Now, the
I'm going
last
to
part of
leave.
it, I agree. If you are trained, if there's nowhere for you to exhibit, for people to exhibit your talents, for people them to see who you are, and for you to support your family, yes, I agree. Go look onto higher grounds. Go on to other places and say, hey, I am here. This is who I am. Fine. I love it. But let's rewind a little bit more back.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, Port Authority is trying to do something. And we done tried this before.
Yep.
And I don't know who these Quest people are. I never heard of them. I never seen no
They're
commercial
out
with
of
them.
India. They're an Indian company, a big, apparently well known big Indian company.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. So we
Yeah.
gotta go India now, or India trying to come here
Mm.
for what reason? To do what?
To train.
To train us.
Yes.
And they take 50 people. How about this? If we serious about this tech hub thing, get your technical school. Get a real technical school. Them same Quest people, tell them
Yep.
come here, we can start a school. Port, this is what you can do. They got UB involved with it. UB will give out this for free. This free now, from now on for the next 4 or 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
We now can develop our own people to do this. 4 to 5 years. So the fellas right now who in grade 9 will be able to catch some of this. So now you now will definitely have 4 or 5 years of how much people is graduating a year? 5,000. Let's say we take 1,000 out of that. Let's say we take 500 out of that.
Mm-hmm.
We can now start a company. Now we can get a real tech up now. Because now we could call on Dell, and these Indian people get mad because we call on Dell. We could call on Apple. We could call on all the people who got these call centers for technical people who could do this and who could do that.
Right.
And now we only 20 minutes away from the coast of Florida. So now we got real skilled people who could do real work. And for those who don't make it to that hotline or who don't make it, guess what? I know you hear about all these other like Fiverr I know you're here, but all these other things that you could now sit down, put your skills on
On
the website.
yep.
People call you. You sit down minding your own business. They call you. Hey, I need ABCD done. Can you do it? Yes, sir.
Yep. Yep.
And you do this from the comforts of your home. You make your money from the comforts of your home. So you got your little tech hub. You got your little thing going on with 5 of them and thing. Everybody making money. And not just that. For those who can't make money like that, hey, now we can get some teachers out of it. Some people could teach.
Yeah.
Some people know how, out of that class, some people can say, hey, guess what? I really feel like working for Dell or Apple or none of them things, which
Right.
you should feel like doing it. But I feel like I could teach people this. So now Mahatma from India ain't got to come here no more.
Oh man, you just say Mahatma from India.
Where Mahatma them from? Wait.
Anyway, go ahead.
So they ain't got to come here no more. We now have a whole new economy that we have created. And now we have to expand on that, because we cannot just say, hey, why we can't build the computer chips and the boards and everything to make these computers for these laptops and everything. We done here, we can assemble it here, put it together. How long it take to get to the States?
Well, you know what our problem has always been with industrial work and manufacturing and everything else has been the cost of electricity. And unless we get our solar and alternative powers going, you know what keeps shutting down these ideas when people see how much they have to pay to operate here as opposed to operating in India and these other countries. So we know the problem because we've been down these roads before. So we need solutions. We need to, when we start selling these ideas, we can't come with the same thing and same problem. I don't want to hear in 2 years or a year down, boy, too expensive, we got to pull out. Right?
Yeah, but the regulators of the power company is who? The same people who bringing these people here.
Yeah.
So you that's why I had to laugh at you in the beginning, because we all know what our biggest problem is. I just saw on YouTube, we probably one of the top 5 countries in this region who have the highest power bills in this region. How?
Yep.
So you can't really attract nobody to do these type of things because it is too expensive to do business here. And the regulators here know that, and they ain't giving no alternatives. But they won't give this to me and tell me, boy, go ahead for yourself. This could happen. Mm-hmm. Really? I know, George.
You ain't sold?
No.
I mean, I'm not sold, like I said, because of history. You know, I will give you a chance to prove yourself, but I'm not going to throw it. You know me, I'm even keel. I'm not going through a party. I'm not going to get overly excited. I'm not going to jump up and dance, say, boy, yeah, the savior, the ship has come in. As far as until you throw the lifeline and really rescue, I still look like we shrinking. Still look like I'm drowning in this, right? Although you want optimism, he said, show me, let me see a successful project. Let's show me the first one. By the time the second or third one come, then I could get a little bit more excitement. But right now it's an announcement. And, you know, let's hope for the best. I hope it could help the people, help some people.
You ain't sound too gung ho about all of that. And like you say, we didn't go through the song and dance before, and we didn't realize that these people. And like you say, I think that's trying to bluff their way through it to make sure that the government don't come and say, "Hey, wrap this up. Y'all gotta
go." Keep them at bay, because you might only have to do that for the next 2 years, 2.5. You know, these governments has changed sometimes, so you got to keep them busy.
Yeah, but you can't sit down and think I could bluff my way through 5 years. 5 years.
Why not? Where you been the last 15, 20 years? That's almost like a part of the culture. We people go and then they literally bluff their way for 5 years. We see that. Mind you, a lot of people get exposed during that 5 years, but the intent seems to be to wing it for 5 years and hope I can fool them for the next five if I really lucky.
But well, I guess the GBPA doesn't have to worry about elections and things like that because
No,
they would have been voted out a long time. They don't have to worry about that. But
right.
these
But now,
other fellas who trying to get your vote realize, oh, if I could get rid of these fellas, probably start up my own to get some new energy in the place. And sometimes that's what it takes. You need some new energy.
yeah,
I
yeah,
come to
yeah.
find out working with younger people, they bring a new different type of energy in the place that you'll be like, oh man, things could look better, things could feel better.
Yeah.
But when you still got this old energy in there, oh boy, I don't
Yeah.
know, buddy.
Yeah, we need a shake up. So, you know, so maybe there's some good that comes out of things like that. Like you say, cost you to step up your competition. A new employee come in, trying to show you up, coming to work on time. Like, you know, now all of a sudden people realizing how you be late all the time. So let's hope that we get that
Uh,
effect.
anyway, we'll sit and see what happens, and uh, let's pray. We've become such a praying island, oh Lord. But
Yeah.
anyway, let's take this commercial break. We'll be right back.
I'm Flynn Doxson from Nose Witness News, reporting live from Sniper Paintball City. We're here with the manager, and he's going to tell us a little about what they have to offer.
Daddy, I got this at Sniper Paintball. We have paintball, cornhole, mini golf, button cage.
Strike!
That's not a strike.
So come on down every Saturday and Sunday to Sniper Paintball City, located next to Crosstown, where you and the family can have a great time.
See you at Sniper.
And we're back. Boy, George, I ain't know to say about us, but I am so proud of our Bahamian athletes right now and what's going on in the world today. We have to eclipse a lot of countries in this world today when it comes to the professional sporting arenas such as basketball, baseball. We even have football, track and field. You know, we was there a long time.
Right.
He is easing up, and we taking on other arenas now and carrying them to the next level. And when I say this, I speak of this because we're talking about now Josh Chisholm from the Miami Marlins. Josh Chisholm now is one of the most exciting players that you can find in Major League Baseball. He is so exciting right now that the video game that they have, EA Sports, came up with a video game now, and he is on the cover. So
Nice.
you know what it is to be on the cover, and they go through hundreds of baseball athletes in order to make up that cover, and he made it. This little boy from the Bahamas made it to the cover of EA Sports Major League Baseball. And I am more than proud to say, hey, I don't think we can stop, because I think we got a lot of other fellas in the minor league. We have persons that we feel that can make such a difference. And only thing I want from these fellas is when they finish, come back home, show the rest how to do it. Because we in a place now, we need that. We need that encouragement. We need that professionalism. We need that know-how. Hey, I did it, and I did it like this. This is what we need to do. Hopefully that'll bring along some people who can give us some equipment, some training that we need. That because running through the track road no more ain't enough for training. We can't say that's training no more.
Nope.
Running on the beach ain't enough to say with training. You got fellas down in the States, in Russia, in China. They got full gym with full state of the art everything. Running in the water ain't gonna cut it no more for us. But we doing a good job in it. So, Josh Chisholm, him and the Miami Marlins now made it to the playoffs, believe it or not. And they worked hard to get there. It was a struggle, and they made it. And we have to understand what it takes to make it to the major league. Because the major leagues got some minor leagues underneath them. They got about 3 or 4 different stages of minor league.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
realize Michael Jordan, when he left the Chicago Bulls to take a break, couldn't make it to the major leagues. He played in the minor, but couldn't make it to the major leagues. All the money and everything he got, he did not have enough talent for that. As great as we think he is.
Right.
So, people out there, let's encourage these people. Let's encourage them to the fullest, because it's not just him. We now have Grand Bahama's own Jonquel Jones in the WNBA. She's going now to their finals. She's leading her team now to their finals, where she could bring home the whole kit and caboodle. So we shining all over the place. I ain't gonna bring up FIBA. I ain't gonna bring up that how we came on there. We was jamming. Oh yeah.
I think you touch on that.
Yeah, but now we have persons now who can showcase their talents really now on the big stage. Because now you're in the playoffs, you're in the championship, them lights get bright. And sometimes when them lights get bright, people is, there's close up.
Yeah.
So I think we are in a wonderful situation. I love this. This is shining. And one thing with them, they ain't scared to say, I'm a Bohemian. That's the most beautiful part about all of this. And they with doing that, they help us a lot in tourism and just knowing, hey, the Bahamas got great talent. We need some more coaches, some more trainers come over. Come see the talent that we got. What you say about all of this?
Yeah, I agree with you. Congratulations to both Jonquel and Jazz. I went to look at the whole history of how, as you said, Jazz, for example, how he got to, like, it's not an easy road, and he's a young man. But if you look at how he got to where he got to, it's a long process. And I think he moved to the U.S. when he's 12, and got into schools, and like you said, he ended up playing in some of these minor leagues to grow. Because people see you on the big stage sometime and don't really realize how talent could get you so far, but that hard work, determination, and that support system, there's a lot of things that goes into to getting an elite athlete or someone on that stage. Yep. Baseball is one of those things. For instance, we've always had 1 or 2 good baseball players because we like it, but I don't think we've all ever had a program to the level whereby you're gonna produce a lot of Jazz Chisholms, because we don't take baseball as serious. Now, if you look at Cuba and Dominican Republic and them who are always spitting out, if you go to those places, baseball is their life.
Oh yeah.
You fly over those places, all you see is baseball pitchers. That's what they do. And so they turn out a lot more athletes. I think in order, and I think we will continue because we naturally have good athletes. And I think our proximity as well to the US has served us well. We need to find out a way to make it serve us better, because who wins all of the Olympics and stuff most times as a country overall, the US, because they have the facilities, they have they have the technology, they have the competition to compete against, and so it's a good training ground. We could utilize more of that to get our people. We need to put in more programs, like you said, invite some of these big coaches or top, or maybe not, bring some of them into the Bahamas. I always keep saying this when we talk about immigration. We want immigration. We want a good immigration. So those good players who tired of the cold someplace or whatever, invite them to the Bahamas, set them up, help them to build it. Don't even have to be our own, we don't care who train them, because we want to push out more of these athletes. And I think we could, when we start to think like that and partner, there's so much more partnership we could do with the US, because like I said, the Jonquels, I think the Buddy Hills, some of them left here late, right? And you wonder even if they had gone earlier into this competition, because you hear the stories where they get there and they're trying to fill into the system, learn these systems late. And a lot of it, again, is the raw talent and determination that allowed them to thrive in the system. But how much easier it would have been if they went into these things earlier. They know, the fundamentals earlier in life. And, so we have a lot to build on. We have a lot to be proud of. Jonquel Like I said, she's doing her thing. I watch some of the games. How she's totally dominating. You know, John Quell always the most serious looking person on the court. She just focuses, and I love her intensity. And I think it motivates if they're gonna do what Usain Bolts and Shelly Arnold do for Jamaica,
Yeah.
because you start to see so much. I think you're going to see more basketball players say, "Look, man, we got Buddy Hield, we have Andre Ayton, we have these guys. I ain't calling nobody else for right now." But in the NBA, because some of us freaking out. But
Yeah.
but we have these role models now. We seen when you see people do it, and you see them being afforded a certain lifestyle. I think the country should still continue to support and uplift them. You know, let's go over, take some people over sometime, and then the final celebrate. You know, celebrate them, and because the idea is to get more persons who go into these sports, because you know you see what the NBA salary and these baseball salaries are. You
Yep.
can get more of them, create more millionaires to come back to the Bahamas and invest, because most Bahamians will come back and invest something into their country. So yeah, we have a lot to build on. It's going to continue. For baseball, we've always been exposed to them again because of TV, and it's so easy to go over and catch a Marlins game. To go over and I was watching them do a show, Jazz, and he was talking of, and I'm thinking, hey, Miami almost like the Bahamas. You
Yep.
know, living in the Bahamas and living in Miami ain't much difference. You got the weather. You see us all the time in the malls, inside Walmart and whatnot. So that's also a great place for Bahamians to play in South Florida. There really no change of culture. You see your little cousins and stuff on the weekends if you
Yep.
want. And again, it's only a half hour to here, so it's like going from Nassau to Freeport. So it's
Yep.
quick commute. So yeah, man, we could definitely build, but I think we need to lean on our proximity, God-given proximity to the U.S. Utilize a lot of their resources, training camp facilities, send more of these guys over during the summer. You know, put some more money into these programs, get them into the Steph Curry. You know, I know we tend to have a basketball player come over and do a little camp here and there, but we also need to compete more against these little crazy head by the Bronny James and them who on this next level.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but even if you look at tennis, I was looking at Coco Golf. I like to look at how people get to where they are. And
Mhm.
you see how young these athletes are starting out and being groomed.
Yep.
Serious training, serious diets, getting these serious habits on how to. But that's what it's going to take now to be a top level athlete, I think, going in the future, because, like you said, not everyone getting the NBA, and there's a fraction. I think 1% of college students get actually into the NBA. Major League Baseball is hard. So that alone, just to get a seat at the table and to be a foreigner, you have to be exceptional.
Yeah. And I wonder if our government is really taking, I know we have the Ministry of Sports and Culture, right? But do they really take the sports part of it seriously? Because as you mentioned with Jazz, he had to go off at 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So that means he got a lot of his training in the US. Now
Yep.
they noted that, hey, this guy has a lot of physical raw talent. That
Wow.
and this are 12 now, because you know in the States they start them out at 4 and 5 years old.
Oh yeah, yep.
So he so far behind in the game that it's crazy.
Right.
And for him to catch up and be where he is right now, you
Yep.
could imagine if you would start off with him at 5 years old.
Yeah, because you know how difficult it is to make up 7 years.
Yep. That's crazy. And they now introducing you to a new culture, because now they telling you, okay, we ain't practicing baseball tomorrow, but we doing the gym.
Yeah, exactly.
We ain't practicing baseball tomorrow, but we running 5 miles.
Yeah,
We
you know,
ain't
peas and rice and chicken and
That's right. We ain't practicing baseball tomorrow, but we teaching you all nutrition.
Yep.
So now, not only now do you know how to take care of yourself, you now know how to go ahead and say, hey, if I'm serious, and this way you separate the girls, the the serious fellas from the jokey fellas.
Mm-hmm.
Are
Mm-hmm.
you serious with this? Are you still going behind the bush and sneak that little peas and rice and crack up? You can't do that no more. You have
Yep.
to realize in order to keep your body in top-notch condition, this is what you have to do. And those who are willing to stick with it, they're getting the results. We're seeing them in the NBA. We're seeing them in Major League Baseball. We're seeing them in the WNBA. We're seeing them on the Olympic stage with gold medals. So
Yep.
I pray that us as a country start to realize that just like Jamaica has a lot of athletes that they have this training facility in Jamaica. They ain't playing.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
They looking for their next Usain Bolt. They ain't playing.
No.
Only us won't be lucky with it. And that's what I hate, but us right now. We won't be lucky with it. We ain't know where Buddy come from. What? Buddy? Who's Buddy? We ain't know where DeAndre come from. What?
Yeah.
He from the Bahamas? Yeah. Boy, he live right down the road there. Boy from 8 Mile Rock. What? Yeah. Think I was him, mommy. Oh, that's my girl.
Carlo, I was listening to a story with when they had the FIBA thing the other day, basketball, and the US going embarrassed itself. Anthony Edwards, so he was playing on the team with Steve Nash. So Steve Nash talked to him, but he out there practicing. Steve Nash tell him, man, I need to take you watch Steph and Clay train. Like you ain't serious about basketball. like, because there's levels to these things, right?
Yes.
And like I said, if you don't know what the world standard is, and we just a horse playing around. Reminds me when I was in the UK and going off to law school, and I was playing basketball, and we played basketball every weekend around the school. I was winning championships. I was killing. I felt like Jordan over there. And when I came back and you took me down to Barco, and reality set in again.
Yeah.
Maybe I ain't as good as I wasn't averaging my triple double no more.
It's only as good as your competition.
Yeah. So we need to find a way to play against that competition. We need to be able to see, okay, you trying to get up here. That little one lap you running, this look, because sometimes we really think we going hard, right? Until you see what hard is. I heard about basketball players talk to Jalen Rose or someone say he went to one team, he saw this dude, man. Why he gave up all kind of things, partying, drinking. Like, man, this dude's serious. Like he on another level, right? And that's where the Kobe's and the LeBrons and those come from. When fell asleep and LeBron them up 3 o'clock in the morning shooting dudes, Magic Johnson them used to go. So it's a different level, and it ain't for everyone. The reality of it is everyone will not. I can look at it and tell you that ain't for me.
You ain't willing to give up that crack up.
Yeah, there will always be a percentage that could, but we want to identify those children who have that push. You can, like you say, you can see it and get them in the system early on, right? People tend to distinguish themselves, children, very early on from the playpen almost nowadays. So you need to be looking for talent, have that eagle eye for talent, see who the serious one is, see who that has that laser focus and that work ethic, and try to get them in a system, get them into, like I used to put special kids in special schools. Like you can't keep me in grade 1 and I doing calculus and
exactly.
Get me out of here, put me someplace with my peers, people who I could shine. My destiny is the Olympics, is the NBA finals. LeBron was never, from early age, they identified this dude ain't regular. He can't be with these jokers. First off, he's bigger than them. He's stronger.
We had a show today, and there was a coach on it, and he was saying some coaches have an eye. They look at your body type. They look at you, and they can tell you, well, hey, you're supposed to be a long distance runner. You're supposed to be this. You're supposed to be that. Just from your body structure, they can look at you and see what you were supposed to be.
You don't even know what you're supposed to be.
Exactly. We don't have that eye. And like you said, with immigration, hey, these fellas who got that eye, get them citizenship. Come here.
Straight up.
Come right here.
Straight up.
We need that eye. We need that thing. We can pay you what we got to pay you, and we can go from there.
Yeah.
Because something has to be done to identify what's going on and what is happening so that we can grow as a people And I love it how people are getting their scholarships, going away and coming back and doing what they can do. But it's so much more that we need done. It's crazy, but we just got to keep trying.
You watch U.S. Gymnastics, right? You remember Bella Caroli and those people from Romania?
Yep,
America take him.
that's right.
Them little Romanians and stuff used to be kicking America hip. Now, America been dominating straight through all the Simone Biles, them all this.
Yep.
They take their trainers, put them up, sell them the American dream. The rest is history.
Hey, you're giving everybody else your citizenship. At least you're somebody who could do something for you.
Who could help you? Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Common sense, man.
we'll see how this turns out, but we're going to take a commercial break and we'll be right back.
Where you going, mate?
To go buy these tickets for the party tonight.
Why this boy so dumb?
Tickets242.com.
You know how hard it is?
They sell tickets for parties, concerts, plays, sporting events, everything.
You know how expensive bus is?
Well, if you just buy the tickets online, they could just send you it in the email. Then you could just print it off.
You know how strong mosquitoes is?
Or you could go to the box office downtown with the Genesis Street Girl.
You ain't scared of June Sazay.
And we're back with what's going on. Today's question, George, I was reading the newspaper, and this was interesting. I know we skimmed over this a few months ago, talking about certain topics, and we never really talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say that, I mean the LGBTQ topic.
Mm.
So, the Bahamas Christian Council is up in arms over the University of the Bahamas' decision to host Pride Week forum, just a forum, on the Oakfield campus this week. Now, they're claiming that it is part of an immoral indoctrination of our young people. That's what the Christian Council is saying. This is an immoral indoctrination of our young people.
Right.
What say ye, George? Do they have a point?
I'm surprised they still exist. I didn't know they were still there, but anyway. We've been going down this road for a long, long time. And I say it jokingly, but Stevie Wonder could see where this all was leading, like, a little while ago. And the agenda, the LGBTQ community is not new, although they keep adding letters. The alphabet, I think we already exhaust all the alphabet now.
That's got signals and things now, just symbols.
Yeah. It's now morphed into all these different things. But I sit down for a long time, sitting up watching these churches, pastors, and 80% of the sermons seem to be about tithing, right? Can a man rob God? Sermons. You know those ones, bring your money into the storehouse. And
Hallelujah.
All of these little topics seem to have gone out the window. Now, depending on the church you are and the people around you, some people are conflicted from speaking on certain topics.
Mm-hmm.
But something I do believe as a country, and it should not actually be just the Christian Council, because I think as Bahamians, as a culture, you see a lot of countries saying where they stand on certain positions. I went to the Middle East a couple of years ago. I was shocked to experience the culture. A lot of people now go to Dubai and all these different places. I was in Oman, which is also in the UAE. And to see the custom again, everybody still, all the women still, I really couldn't, I had much to look at other than some nice eyes, but you go on the beach, people in the water with these things covered from head to toe.
Wow.
Nighttime, everything is better subdued. I actually went on a resort And they said, be mindful, no nudity, be mindful of the people around you. This is a very conservative neighborhood, so don't be walking around in no G-string, no bikinis and different things. Put on your clothes when you come out the house, right? And it's
Mhm.
interesting to see again the culture shift. We have adopted this American culture and this new European culture now, where if it feels right, do it. Everyone, happy. Everyone be proud. And I was sitting down thinking, even the black struggle. When we talk about Dr. King and where black people came from, and you realize, and I was thinking to myself, these people have Pride Month. They have a month of celebrations. You know what we have? We have in the U.S. They have not even we, but they have Black History Month. Like all
Yep.
the things for the black people are you got to watch Roots and stuff, and you have to relive the pain and stuff. These people out there partying and selling. It look like a carnival every time I see it. Like you think the circus come to town, you see the rainbow, you see there's people with things shooting out there. Like it's a show. It's like a big show. It's a big party. And someone sent me something in Canada. They were saying they gone from Pride Day to Pride Week to the month to now is what, October, November, I think is the cancer month. So now they don't take over Cancer Month. They don't take over Black History Month. So I mean, it has to be some point, and I think that point probably passed a long time where people stand up and say, "Hold on, enough is enough now." Like we've had gay people living amongst us from time immemorial. In the Bible, days from early days. There's nothing new. We had them in school, we had them, and we always coexisted. I've never seen all the human right abuses that some people talk about. Not to say it didn't exist. If someone was a little soft and whatnot, like you said, you push them around, you tease them, they man up, and you move on for the most part. I didn't see no violence or anything. Same thing. I wore glasses. I just get teased being 4 eyes and whatnot. Right. So everybody was game, and I understand we're trying to stop bullying and all these different things, but as a nation, you do have to identify what nation we will be. I don't have to be the same nation as America. I don't need to be. There's some things I might like, some things I don't like. In the Bahamas, we never had a strip club on every corner like in Miami or something. We never had. There's a lot of different things we just don't do because we say as Bahamians we don't do this. Sunday was always a very holy day, and we saying things change, but we changing because people around us are changing. It's causing us to change, and is it for the better, or are we just bowing to pressure? Did we take a vote on these things? Did we come to a you can't just let people start setting up shop and doing different things. I remember growing up, I came from a Christian home, so my father certain things come on TV after 8 o'clock. He tell you ain't nothing on TV for children. Certain music didn't listen to. Sunday couldn't play no, certain music in the house, and right. And again, but now you do those type of things with your children. The world, people telling you you're wrong. You've taken away the rights of parents to raise the kids, of schools to educate, to discipline, all in the name of hey, that's what we're doing now. So Joe Biden and them now sitting up. I know you remember when Obama went in there, and all of a sudden he saw the power, he saw the money, about to be president. All of a sudden, gay marriage was okay. You know what? I woke up and I was wrong all these years, and throw his pastor overboard, Jeremiah. And, you have to stand for something. I still believe you have to stand for something. People will disagree to agree to disagree. I think the Bahamas, again, when we say we are a Christian nation, yeah, we have sin in the nation, but I think part of that being a Christian nation is that we've always respected the rights of other people. We've always had, a certain level of respect for people. We have, we have family. We all have family members that are LGBTQ, and all. They've always been there. We didn't make a big. We didn't exclude them. We don't exclude nobody from the parties and whatnot. That's the run they on. That ain't for me. Whatever. But to have this wholesale adoption, and when you start talking about teaching this in school, and my little daughter 8, and she asking me questions. Came home one day from school, parent, the teacher say you could have 2 daddies or 2 mummies, and hey, not in this house. So you forced to now parent different, things that your parents didn't have to do. And so I think the Christian Council, I believe again, I don't believe in taking rights from people, particularly existing rights. So if your job is to preach a word that you believe in, you're convicted in, you have a God, because the Muslims, their message don't change. You're different. Christianity is the only thing I see changing every day with oh yeah, now you can have a past. If that's what you believe in, boss, continue to believe in that until the good Lord call you home. Preach it. We people might disagree with you, but that's your mandate. Don't let no one put a different message. Y'all stop waking up in the morning saying the Lord speak to you isolated. If the Lord's going to speak to the body of Christ, I think he should call her. He call her. He ain't just causing confusion. The Lord is not an author of confusion. So all these pastors now who jumping up and saying, yeah, you know what? Oh, talked to me last night, boy, and yeah, we could have a gay church and we could have this, and that's what's going on in the world. And to me, it's like, well, what's the point? At some point, what's the point of the church? If we could do everything that's outside the church, and what are they going here for?
My problem is, to me, it always seems like it's for the lights, the cameras.
Yeah.
It's never, this is who we are, and we ain't changing this. And we know there have been gay cruises that came to the Bahamas.
Yep.
We know there are gay people who come to the Bahamas.
Yep.
We know there are gay people who live in our homes, who we work with. And like you say, then from Jesus' time, they was here.
Yeah.
What is the big deal and this is why I don't understand their LGBTQ, their whole mission. What is the big deal? You didn't get the gay marriage. So to me, once you're married and they allow you all to adopt children and all these things, what else is it that you want? What else is there? Because if you said you went to Dubai, if I want to go to a place where it has nude beaches, I know Dubai ain't that place.
Correct.
All right? I ain't going there. Every place is different. And my problem with the world and what's going on with America and these other European nations, y'all want to come tell other countries,
yeah,
y'all got to accept these people.
Yeah.
I don't have to accept nobody. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. I want to live my life this way. Mm-hmm. You want to live your life that way. You know, if you go to Dubai and you want to wear a G-string, you can get locked up.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. You know, if you go to China, your teeth, they can chop off your hand. You know these things. All we are saying is in our little country, we say we're a Christian nation, and I got to use air quotes. That's what we say we are.
Mm-hmm.
Just live by it. Just live by it. Hey, we ain't here to discriminate. Nobody you want come. But we got some things on the book that, hey, that boogerism and thing, you can't, that's still on the books.
Yeah.
We might let some things slide, but don't act a fool here. Slow that down.
And the sad thing is, who telling America what to do? Who?
Listen, America's full of so confusion. They got different states telling other states what to do. So they need to get themselves together before they try. Yep. They can't come as a whole to nobody, telling nobody what to do. Because you can't go Florida and them other places running on with that foolishness because they ain't on that run. Ron DeSantis, them ain't on that run at all. No. So they can't be telling nobody else what to do. But I into them. I into what we say, what we can do. Yep. I into say, hey, what we say we are. So if we say we is this, tell the world, buddy, this what we is. If you ain't want to come, don't come.
Don't come. Yeah.
Ain't no big deal with that. Yeah. You have your right. That's your money. You can spend that how you want to spend that. And hey, guess what? There's over 1 billion people in this world. Some can be that way. Some ain't. Guess what? Some people can come to your country because you say you ain't on their run.
But Carlos,
so what you think you lose with them, you can gain elsewhere.
And this is how the devils are strong, right? Because they got laws passed in their country, fresh. They've been fighting for these for years to get married and different things. All of a sudden they don't want to get married there. I want to go to the Bahamas and get married. I want a destination game in.
But yeah, they want a destination.
No, boss, we don't do that here. You just get what you want. Get your marriage papers. You come here as husband and wife, or wife and husband, wife, or whatever it is, right? I know we can really entertain you on that level, but we can, you book a room together, we can let you in. We've been doing that. We don't have a problem with none of that. But now you can't come tell me, show no protest, get the United Nations on me because I don't want to marry y'all in my church. No, man, no.
I don't know where they get this from.
It's this. We want to take over. We want to mess up all of y'all. We can torment y'all and tell y'all give us what we like. You don't have to play with me, like you said. I don't have to go certain places. I just avoid it. This ain't for me. That ain't the club. That ain't my vibe. You go on the weekend. You pick your places where you want to go.
Yeah.
Some things over there I don't like. Right. So why just fighting to get into classes, to get into places that why you want to be in the women fighting so hard to get in women's sports as a transgender man, right? You was a man running and thing up, you still you want to fight to get in the bathroom. Like what Shannon say that they hustling backwards, man. This don't make no sense.
I with some of these things, I wonder if the women understand. Hold on, y'all know this can be a problem for y'all, right?
No,
You always see the women, the men, the women who turn it into men trying to play in men's sports, right? You realize they ain't trying to do that, right?
that ain't popular. That ain't working.
They don't know they can get beat. They can't even make the team.
No.
So we ain't worried about them. And that just goes to show you still a woman. I care you could put as much hair on your face, you still a woman.
Yeah.
But like I say, George, I just want us to be who we are. If we say we is this, that's who we are. Now, if the world don't like it, there are gay bars out there. If you tell me that's a gay bar and I don't want to go in there, I feel I have that right not to go in there. Plenty of people in there. Look like plenty of people in there. I can be one of them, but knock yourself out.
Yeah.
I don't
trying to close your party, but
no. I don't have a problem with nobody living how they want to live. But do not, and I repeat, do not impose your way of life on me and tell me what I have to do. I don't have to do that.
Or if you send your child to school, they're teaching them some things that you gotta try unwind their head at the end of the day. They don't give my children no little funny box, like you said.
Exactly.
That what you do in your house, that's you tell your children to daddies and whatever. But that's my Bible. That's what I follow. That's my religion. This respect me, I will respect you.
They have this show on Netflix that Tasman was showing me, and everything open. You have a girlfriend, a boyfriend, whatever you feel like today. Open bathroom, anything you want to do, how you want to do. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about all these things. There's no boundaries. There's no walls. So therefore, if you go there, you can expect any and everything. And I think that's a lot to expect anyone. If you gay, you will go to a school like that. You're like, wow, that's a lot.
Yep.
And society, although societies teach us plenty things, when you start publishing these things, putting these in black and white and say, hey, your child has to read this. Hey, you have to read this. No, you have no right on how I educate my child, what I feel they should read and understand. And if it has to be taught, let me teach it. Not you. Because you can come with some funny business there I really like. Hold on. Baby steps here. And I know we can offend some people, but too bad. Once again, you're seeing your show.
McCullough, as a parent, how many things on a daily, yearly basis, or whatever, you have to correct your child from doing? Something that is either not socially appropriate, acceptable, and you tell them once or twice, they get it. Hey, you're the boy. Nope, dressing in for you. This your section. Okay, cool. I was a boy. I was never confused. No, from you know what I mean. But when you start this, okay, so what you want to be? you know,
What you want to be? A
you don't
police?
have to be a boy, If you don't want that, we get that taken care of, We give you some pills and we can snip that and we can nip it. Like when you start doing these things, that's the problem because it's this all this mind manipulation and this gender, what gender you can't.
Yep.
Like someone say, you have a baby, you used to have baby showers, blue or pink,
Yep.
right? As a boy, as a girl. Like someone say, what other baby showers you show? Is a boy or is a girl? Right? That's always
it's gender. When you do gender reveals, I guess they can stop doing them now because
yeah.
you got to pick a color.
Yeah.
Or they might throw yellow in it to say undecided. What they
Yeah,
they
the baby hasn't decided what he wants to be yet.
Yes,
So
yes.
you can't do that.
Right. So, and it only creates confusion. Now, I now have to understand if I say, excuse me, miss, you dropped. Who told you I'm a miss? Who told? Oh, God. What Chris Rock say if you walking down the road in a police uniform, hey, something tell me that hey, you must be a police. You can't one look and then expect me. I don't know you like this, miss, and I probably can never see you again. I don't have the time and patience to try to figure out what's going on in your life, to even care a rat's behind. If you want me to call you Miss, Mister, it, they. As a matter of fact, never mind. I ain't calling you nothing. I'm moving on. I'm keeping it moving, and that's how I look at it.
And it's sad because again, I saw something when I was in the UK. This police officer, they had this thing over this autistic child, this girl, I think she was about 13 or something. These police came to the house to do something, and they had one of these police officers who was like, it was a woman, but it was a manly woman type, it was a lesbian or whatever. So the child must be saying something like, I don't know, maybe she called her dyke or said something. She called her sissy, like use a, what she was. They arrested that child, took the child out. The child break some sort of, I guess, some sort of law. You ain't supposed to say these things no more. Like it's like you telling me I can't call a fat person fat no more. Like we can't use descriptions no more because again, you want to be something, and when I call you by your name or whatever, is a problem. Like names, I mean, they didn't change all the names we had for like, oh, you can't call them that no more. You can't. What it was, that was in the dictionary. Like when, like I need to go back to school because you can't even function in some countries and some places in the world now.
Yep.
Because
You
don't even know what you're going to jail for.
Yep.
And that's why it's a long subject. I think, like I said, the Christian Council, UB, I think they should do whatever their mandate is. I think opposition and debates and stuff are healthy. You have a different position, particularly if someone moving, trying to bring in something new and whatever. Because once you open the door for certain things, that's it. So now,
shouldn't you embrace that? Shouldn't they invite the Christian Council in and say, okay, we're doing a Pride Week here. We're gonna get two standpoints in this. We're gonna give the LGBTQ community it's telling them to explain who they are, what they are, and so on. And we're gonna give the Christian Council the same opportunity. So even if I go into it with an open mind and say, okay, let's see what this LGBTQ about. I just don't hear one side of the story. I now understand that from a biblical standpoint, this is A, this is B, this is C. Now I can make educated, if my parents didn't teach me what I needed to be taught, as an adult, as a student at UB, I can now make an educated guess and say, okay, I understand them, but I am who I am, and I don't believe in this. Whether it be either way, it could be the Christian Council way or the LGBTQ way.
Yeah.
You have that choice, and I believe in choice, and I don't want to take nobody's choice.
No.
And the same way, I don't want you to take mine.
No, exactly.
So I just want you to understand.
I've been in plenty countries. I passed across a lot of LGBTQ marches and whatnot. Like, so I believe again, that's a cause you want to stand for. So be it. Like everybody got their cross to carry, have the
Yep.
struggle to make. But like you said, definitely there has to be some parameters on how you get into school. Like the Dwayne Wade. I mean, when you get into these type of scenarios where you have this little young child and parents, those type of things, like I said, the children can't do nothing else. They can't buy rum, they can't vote, they can't do. But all of a sudden, we could do the most life changing thing ever, right? I could decide today or tomorrow I don't want to be like, we really twisted up in the head, and it is child abuse. Lesser things have been damn child abuse when parents
Yep.
do it to child, right? And so to do this and you said to support a child and get taking drugs and testosterone and whatever they have to take to try and change their sex.
I I have been to school and people started off taking accountants as a major.
Right.
At the next year, oh, I think I can do psychology. You at that age, you are such a fickle person, and you still trying to find out who you are.
Right.
Imagine that life decision you are making to change your whole body's composition, your whole. It doesn't make sense that when you wake up in the morning, you say, "I want to be a girl," and then 2 years later, "Oh, I want to be back a boy." You can't just be changing these things up and down because people at that age are not stable enough to understand exactly what they are doing. Don't rush it.
No.
Don't. If they feel like wearing their little clothes, hey, from as a little boy, we had Boy George and dressing up in
Yeah.
that. We understood what it was. If you want to dress like Boy George to feel a certain way, do you. But
Tyler
do
Perry still
not-
dressing as a woman.
Exactly. Do not mess up your body. This is a mind thing you do. And after you didn't do that, it's hard to turn it back. And when you turn it back, you ain't know what you can get again. And not for someone who's been 21 years, George. Come on, man.
It's crazy. But the next thing is with all this mental health and stuff, the people who do that, I haven't seen the data on it. I like numbers and stuff, but I really don't see much of them no more happy when they say I live in my truth. And who look happier? Remember Bruce, what the man name? The Kardashian Bruce Jenner? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the woman version of him. Bruce used to be out there playing sports at his family show. I don't even see Bruce now. Like since he do this change, I know Bruce. I don't even see Bruce coming to the house no more. Now. Like I don't think Bruce no happier now. Like boy, look at me. I'm living my best. He had a year or two where the little circus went around town. Oh, Bruce, they come in, and then it just fizzled out. Like what's he celebrating? So they sell this idea. If you do this, you're gonna be happy. I hate people lying to people. I even tell people now, you go to school, because they lie to me. When you finish, you get your degree, the heavens are open, and I go to school, graduate, and like, that's it.
Yep.
Now you gotta go there, work hard. Like,
Yep.
you have to monitor expectations. That's the next thing. Stop lying to people, telling them, listen, you ain't happy today, right? You ain't happy because you got all kind of mental issues going on. But they're trying to make you think, listen, man, do the surgery. Yeah, say you're a boy or what thing, right? Now you realize, boy, it hard being a man. Hard being a woman. People are selling people dreams. That's the next thing. Let's educate them first on
Exactly.
If someone sit down, Zaya Wade, and tell him, boy, you really know what a woman mean. Boy, I look good on TV, Beyonce look good doing that, but you don't know what Beyonce gotta go through to be Beyonce.
That's right.
So stop selling people dreams. You will have the struggles no matter whether you're a man or woman or this world. Everyone will get their share of problems. So
it's just like that's all.
So this idea that you could be happy, or now he's finally happy. What that mean? How much time you happy today and sad tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow. Anyway, George. I finished with this topic. I do what you want to do. Do not come to me trying to force me to think how you want to think, because I'm not gonna do it. You have your thing on, go do your surgery, go do whatever you want to do. If that's what you think can make you happy, go knock yourself out.
Make sure they're adults as well.
Exactly. since we done talking about it, let's talk about the Bungie today.
Yeah. Laugh it up.
Questions? Ask for the mic.
Nah. I'm emo. Leave me alone.
What's going on, George? What's really? I know I named. We trying to show. We need to show what's going on, but no, forget that name of the title thing. What is going on with these people just waking up in the morning, feeling this type of way, and say, "Hey, I guess this what this fluid thing is all about now. If I feel like this today, I do this today. If I feel like that, I listen. Our Bungie today, and excellent basketball player. I can't even say nothing else about him. I can leave it right there. Excellent basketball player.
Hello. I don't know what some people put different twists on it, right? Like, oh, this is a joke. He being funny. He does this every year. Last year he had his dreads or whatever. This year he come out with this thing. The dude, it wasn't just the hair. The dude had nose rings, mouth rings, everything all over the place, fingernail polish. Yeah, it's like if if it was a joke, it's a bad joke. Again, because if if you're not a part of this community and stuff, and you're trying to spoof it like this, I would be offended if I was on the other side, right?
Yeah.
People, it wasn't funny. Ain't nothing funny about it. And if it wasn't funny and you trying to express yourself like Will Smith's son and all these other people who freaking out nowadays, and that's another problem because you got to pick a side, right? Like this, I I wish David Stern could come back from the grave, if only for tape, because I get this is TV, even like you say, you want to do something, build up. But Jimmy Butler is an elite athlete. He's a superstar. So he doesn't even need to try to build up his pride.
Exactly.
He's a big man in Miami. So Jimmy Butler could come in there anyway, fix your hair, comb your hair, bathe, he's Jimmy Butler there. So you don't need nothing extra to get the cameras to follow you around to do these different things. But again, you are impressionable. You're sending out this stuff to these young guys and stuff out there. And if you look at the NBA and rap, and you know the impact that these people have on particularly young men. As a male role model right now, there's so much young men looking for role models and so forth. And Jimmy Butler come out there now. I don't want my son started to be going out there thinking it's cool. Again,
That's
so
where
like,
again.
what is it you're trying to do? Understand the assignment. These dudes can never carry LeBron James 30 socks back, right? And there's a young man, like I say, who started from 15, 16, who had this pressure on him and different things. And never really, and maybe he's exceptional, but again, like LeBron said, respect the game. I start off by respect the game. This game has brought a lot. It does, I understand the assignment. There's a lot of people looking up to you. So a lot of things you do, you have to also keep that in mind. To whom much is given, much is expected. Right? So for Jimmy Butler them to be doing this slack stuff, come out here now and do start thinking I can start painting up my nails and putting this, Jimmy do it, right? You have to be more responsible than that. Like I said, if it was a joke, it's a bad joke. You should apologize for it. If it wasn't a joke and you going on the other side, I don't know. And I don't know.
That Jimmy Butler's our bungie today. I tired of them, George. Enough is enough. That's anyway. We'll talk to y'all next week where we'll have another exciting and even more. I hope not more. But anyway, we'll see y'all next week. Y'all have a good time.
Remember to subscribe and follow and all that good stuff.
Anyway, y'all have a good weekend. Enjoy yourselves.
A good week, man.
Yep.
Yeah, weekend it.
Boy, yeah. I getting ready for vacation right now. That's all I can see right now. But anyway, that's it for our show today. Y'all have a good one, and we out.